What's up, guys? So this is supposed to be a different video, but this would be the second time I've tried to do the video. But this video was supposed to be me talking about how I got my HP tuner to finally work on my truck after having some issues with the programming in the computer, the factory computer in the truck, whether it was a factory problem or at some point somebody had a programmer and it erased the VIN out of the computer. But on the HP tuner forums there was talk about this particular model, because this is a 04, the in between, the 03 and the 05s, there was, this thing's got some 05 stuff and then it has 03 stuff. Something to do with the software in it. It was, they're talking about it was missing. But anyway, yeah. So it looks like I got the HP tuner to work. I didn't do any tunes yet. I just got it to where it would work so I could attempt to start tuning the transmission. I've been driving it, for over a year now, over 13,000 miles I put on it. No, not really any issues. I knew it needed some adjusting to work proper with the Cummins. The only modifications I did was I put a different torque converter, something a little bit more suited for a Cummins. Well, after getting it to work, I decided I was going to go ahead. I've had the solenoids, the EPC and the direct drive clutch solenoid. I've had them for a while. And I decided I was gonna go ahead and swap those out, and that didn't go as planned. Got them all swapped out, put it back in the truck, and the transmission's toasted. So I'm not sure. After I don't know exactly what happened, but after talking to some transmission guys, they said there's nothing I could have done just by changing the solenoids. Because I thought maybe something I did, but the truck will move if something's going. It just slips when you're in forward gears, and it goes right into fourth gear, and it stays there until you shut the truck down. It goes into limp mode basically. And yes, I took it back apart to double check everything, make sure I didn't miss whatever. I put it back like it was with the factory solenoids, all the factory stuff back, and it's the same thing. So I've decided I'm just gonna do the Allison in it. I'm gonna do the Allison 1000. I've already got one coming. I've already got some parts to do the Allison swap. So that's what's going to happen. So stay tuned for more videos about the Cummins swapped F250. Is now going to be an Allison swap as well. So hopefully, with a Cummins and Allison, it's going to have in my opinion, the best engine, and in my opinion, again, the best transmission. And I'm gonna get a torque converter just for it. I'm not going to use the whatever. I'm gonna get one specifically for the Cummins. And so if anybody out there has got any input on an Allison swap, feel free to comment that. Definitely any insight, anything to look for. I know there's not a whole lot of information out there for an Allison swap. That really anybody on the the groups that I'm part of talk about. I know that like D-Stroke sells stuff. You got CA conversions, they sell stuff, but their kits, man, I talked to them, and for their complete kit is wow. It's really nice, but man, it sure is expensive. But yeah, that's the plan. Allison 1000. Made it. So I may do some other stuff too while I'm at it. I may go ahead and finish this. I think since I'm gonna pull some stuff apart, I'm gonna go ahead and do the compounds, finish getting input on since it's down anyway. Yeah. Also got another little project that I'm gonna be working on. Since I've got it in my hands, I'll be repairing this, the cheapest 2017 Silverado. I'm gonna repair this, but yeah, that'll be a project for me to do. So yeah, I'm gonna be repairing this. I've already got some of the parts. I'm gonna repair
look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Save this
Look at
fender.
this.
So tell me
Somebody
if you
come
think
and look
it
at
is,
this. Look at this.
Think if it is, if I can save it. Little update. I'm not sure if I'll have the other video out just yet about the transmission situation, but right now while I'm waiting on working out the details on the transmission, I'm gonna go ahead and just get my sun's bright today. It's freaking nice outside. I'm gonna be working on doing the compound trying to get the compound setup put on. So far I've already started on a little bit, last night. Just trying to work in between when my son's, whether he's napping or he's not here, if he's at the store or whatever. I've already started on it. I got I use the stage 8 bolts on my manifold, so I was popping the clips and stuff, and I pulled the inner fender, but so to make it a little easier for me to get in there for tacking my bracket up to hold the turbo up. But yeah. Yeah, I do have if you're on like the Cummins Tech page, and you'll see that what I'm actually doing about the transmission. So stay tuned for more videos on the transmission. Today I'm gonna be back working on the compound setup for it. I made a bracket. You probably saw in one of my past videos where I was working on a bracket to mount it to mount the S475 down low using because this is an O2 block, and so it's got 3 different places. Well, not really 3 different places, but you can move your engine mounts back or forward, whatever. And obviously in this truck, they're on the forward. Most mounts have the engine pushed back as far as it'll go. So I have the two other bolts. So I made a bracket, got it made up. I think it's gonna work for me. After putting the stuff in the truck and test fitting, I was like, I might have to adjust some stuff. So I adjusted, and I think I've got it now to where I can get a decent route for the hot pipe coming off the back of the 362, to dump into that S475. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the bracket I made right there. And yeah, I'm probably gonna move the starter wire and adjust it. I just was trying to get it get this bracket in here, see if I can make it work. More likely I will move the cable, and I'm probably gonna wrap it, get some some kind of a heat or whatever wrap for that, and the starter. I'm gonna wrap the turbo too, put a blanket on it, on the exhaust side, and the damn downpipe. All that's gonna be wrapped up here. Try to keep anything from having any issues with melting shit. And but yeah, I got the turbo as low as I can get it without, still have clearance from the starter. I mean, that right there is probably gonna be my only issue, but like I said, I'm probably gonna move it around a little bit because I do have some leeway to move that around, and I'm gonna wrap it for sure. I'm definitely gonna wrap all this, any cable in here. I'm gonna wrap the, like I said, blanket and all. But let's get a top side look. So I got a 1/2 inch spacer, because after sitting the S462 in there, it was pretty much touching that, hitting that. In combination, I'd lowered the turbo and pulled it tighter into the block. Pretty much in the same place that the 362 was mounted with the, with the other manifold. So yeah, I'm gonna try to, I took the 362 apart, so it's just the exhaust housing, and I'm gonna put it in there. Amazon just showed up with some new bolts for my manifold that are longer to accommodate for the spacer. The spacer helped me a lot. I done put it on there for a second just to see if it was gonna help, and it definitely is gonna help a lot. I'm gonna have to do a tight elbow right out of the turbo though, which I think that's doable. May have to, either I'll cut or I'll just get a elbow, I don't know, because I've got some piping here. It's just this one's too long. It just goes right up into the, it's too much going on there. So either I can cut it down or whatever. But right now I'm gonna focus on seeing if I can do something with the exhaust side coming off this 362.